Sound check, 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield, Ryan Beckman, and Chris Goss.
Hey, welcome to the podcast, 217 Recovery Podcast, on the 28th of January, 2020.
The sun is out today.
My name's Corey Winfield.
I'm Ryan Beckman.
It's almost out. You know who I am, Chris Goss. It's bright. It's not shining. It's through the clouds. Overcast. I didn't go to meteorology school.
Meanwhile, in California,
right,
it's really sunny.
Or there's a fire.
A what?
A fire.
In California?
Is there a fire in California?
I don't know.
I don't pay attention to the news.
Me either.
I don't know.
But I did, we did hear about the information the other day because that was splattered all over Facebook. So, which I didn't see the helicopter crash, so it was right.
Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah, well, let him get one thing right before he's no longer the tech guy.
Yeah. Joey had a short-lived career in podcasting. I heard it's something he's wanted to do for quite some time, but then, it's just there's doers and there's people who don't want to do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, get your crap together or keep getting that crap.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny how you mentioned, how you just mentioned it. Not what you mentioned, but how you mentioned it. I had a talk into.
You got shoot out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ryan Beckman.
What?
Yeah, Ron Mackman.
Forgot about him.
He approached, Ryan approached me the other day and was like, hey, man, how are we going to, get people to donate? We're dropping F-bombs and swearing all the time on the podcast. I said, well, first of all, sit down. Don't ever talk to me that way.
Oh,
yeah, right.
He said it. I think he said it.
It don't even matter because we're not trying to get money for the podcast. We pretty much do this in the basement.
No,
I was at a pizza place in Charlevoix.
What I was referring to is us to be,
I try to watch my mouth.
as a community service where people just broadcast us for the hour a week or whatever they have to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was talking about, that.
Yeah, no, that's not even going to be called 217.
If we're doing that, we got to maybe clean it up a little bit.
I try to be aware of my language.
We can't be on public radio all over the nation
heavens.
going.
Well, actually, it's
going hog wild.
Radio.
I call it willy-nilly.
Maybe it's
willy-nilly.
We go all willy-nilly.
We get a little willy-nilly.
But no, if we're going to do when we do the weekly show, that's going to be on radio stations. We can't have to follow the FCC rules. Right here, we don't have to. But we still try not to cuss.
No, yeah, I do. I try all the time. And when I get passionate and motivated, sometimes it happens.
The other day, I got out 3 of the 4 letters of FUC. Bleep. Yeah, I did the FUC part, which can kind of sound like I added the K, but I didn't.
Fudge.
But you were here for it.
I heard it. It was a good day.
Yeah.
You said fudge.
It happens.
Yeah.
Early recovery. That's what we.
Early.
We're trying. Yeah.
We all have those days, Corey.
So
today.
I don't know if we should tell them now or make them wait. All right, we have something that's going to change the life of Chris Goss.
Yes.
And it's something that we found out about him.
Mm-hmm.
And
did they call you?
That'll be later in the show. We'll let you stew on it.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go.
I'm kind of proud of you
for
it, and I'm kind of not proud of you for it.
I see where it's coming from.
From.
It's a practice they do in treatment centers, and I've had to do it too there, but
this is like nothing I've ever heard of. But you know what? Hey, man, that's your thing, Chris. Should we just?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me set up the story. All right. So Ryan and I are co-managers of a sober living house for men.
Okay.
So we are instructed to go through everybody's underwear drawers.
Oh.
I thought it was weird too. I really did.
Okay.
And this last week, it was my turn to go through yours and Tyrone's.
Okay.
Which is weird that they share an underwear drawer.
Right.
But I thought, man, what the hell? At first, I thought it was Tyrone's. I was going to have a talking to with him, but then I realized, nope, it wasn't. It was clear when I got to
It's the bikini top.
the bottom of it all. No, it's not the bra either. That's a little silly, but no, it's here. Let me just. I found something, Chris, and I'm gonna read
familiar?
it. Does this look familiar to you? You want to tell people what this is, Chris?
It's a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper. You know what the first line on it is?
My dearest
Love.
love.
This is a goodbye letter, Chris, that you apparently had written.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Hey, man, it's okay. Acceptance, okay, Chris?
All right.
We love it. We
All
love
right.
you, I mean.
Now I know what's going on.
I'll read it so that everybody can
Okay.
get a feel for Chris Goss. Wish we had some music. My dearest love, white ding-dongs. It's with such heartbreak that I write you this letter. This is a breakup letter. This is like what Ryan was talking about. You're supposed to write a letter breaking up with your drug of choice. Well, apparently, white ding-dongs. Okay, anyway, start over. My dearest love, white ding-dongs. It's with such heartbreak that I write you this letter. But this had to be done sooner than later. I'll miss putting your round, soft, sweet, creamy, sometimes waxy
Didn't you just
layers
talk
of goodness in my mouth.
about... Don't act
start
like
over?
this was found in my fucking drawer.
This was in your drawer. No swearing.
Hey. Right now.
I'm not even through the first sentence.
I don't give a shit. Here we go. I'm off now.
I'll miss putting your round, soft, sweet, creamy, and sometimes waxy layers of goodness in my mouth. When the cream from you squirts out and fills my mouth is a moment that I know I'll miss the most. Remember the time when I snuck you in my room, my older brother came in, had to hide you under my blanket for hours, that made you so warm and moist? It was torture for me, laying there, thinking. Just what I want to slide in my mouth was right there, waiting, getting moist and hard at the same time. What if I see you at the store? Will I have the courage to see you and just walk past? I want to grab you, kiss you, and lick you all over. I know that once I pull you out, you're going in my mouth, and I won't stop until you're finished. That's what I need to remember, and how bad you are for me. This has been the hardest thing I've had to do. This goodbye letter has me thinking about you even more. Remember that time we first met? Kept playing with your goo and sucking the cream out of you, then licking the remnants of you off my fingers? Why did you have to control my life with every thought? I'm a 39-year-old man from Battle Creek, Delton, and I think about... I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up. And I think about big, fat, white ding-dongs. I want to just bury my face in your box and shove you down my throat. Geez, there I go again. Well, before memory lane wrecks my soul for good, I must say one last thing. It's kind of my thing now. I hope you learned something from this, because I know I did. White ding-dongs, you're out of my life forever now. Oh, and no more cream pies for me either. They just fill me up and leave me feeling sticky and dirty. Bye, Chris.
Yeah.
That's a good breakup letter.
It's pretty good because I don't have a computer or a printer.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's handwritten, bro. Look at that. Handwritten.
All right. Wish we had the tech here to show you that it's not handwritten.
He's no longer with us.
Yeah. Oh, this is cute. I'm glad you typed that up.
I don't even know.
This is what you did besides your homework.
No, what are you talking about? I found that in your underwear drawer. Your panty
If it was
drawer.
in my underwear drawer, it wouldn't be a crisp piece of paper.
Yeah, it was, because that's such a piece of your soul. You want to preserve it the best you can.
I'll
Which I
bet.
really respect.
Yeah.
That's a piece of work there.
I respect that I accepted this when it was being said. I accepted that this came from a great place. Talking about the FCC and how off that sounded. Sorry, Corey's mom. That is not mine. It never was mine. And I said white king ding dongs in the last show. So, acceptance.
Yeah, that's cool that you're done with white ding dongs, big fat white ding dongs.
Yeah. So is this show over today?
The way you worded some of that, though.
Oh, yeah. The way it sounded like...
Yeah,
it sounded like you wrote it out. Because even though I am fluent and elegant with my language, there's no way I would put licking the remnants off of my fingers.
Yes, you would.
No. I'd leave it on there and smell it later.
I like how much you opened it up.
Yeah, okay.
You'd shove your face or whatever
in a box. That's just, your
and
king dongs in boxes.
You
Now
wouldn't
you're just saying that I'm
until the ding dong was finished.
Yeah. Do I lick the plastic when it's done too?
Maybe,
Suck it out of the plastic.
No, that was funny though.
It was pretty funny, but I like how I defended myself in an adult manner.
Yes, because you wanted to leave and run. Well, see, that I took the time to care about you.
You took the time rather than do your homework to write this extravagant. Yeah, I might laminate this and keep this forever. So
stuff.
Cute. Yeah.
But speaking of that, though, you've written a goodbye letter to your drug of choice, haven't you?
No, I don't believe I ever did.
Never?
Nope.
I did.
Yeah.
I think they made us at one point.
No,
It's so you can start the grieving process and get over it. So.
I know that when I was at the facility that we met, I think I was told or instructed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was telling my therapist today, much love, that wasn't my phone. Kind of did what I wanted there. So if I didn't want to do it, I didn't do it.
Right.
And today I'm doing things that I didn't think I'd ever want to do. And it's not involving me writing a goodbye letter to white king dongs. Ding dongs.
You like the ding dong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they offered, when I was in that facility, they offered, like, hey, write a goodbye letter. Yeah. And I wrote one to, like, an ex-girlfriend. Like a real ex-girlfriend. I was like, all right, I need you out of my life. But I don't know if I've ever written one to alcohol. Hey, alcohol.
I know that I've seen other people write them to drugs. Their drug of choice, DOC, as they say.
Yeah.
But I never did.
Because my problem wasn't with alcohol.
It's with you.
Yeah. Right. So, like, that's why I kind of was like, I don't know. But...
Yeah, because, I mean, if I were to go around crack cocaine or meth right now, well, not right now, but if I just said goodbye to heroin, get the Vivitrol shot, which I did, and then jumped on the meth train.
Yeah.
So, now I got to write a goodbye letter to meth and crack.
Yeah, when really you need to just write a, hello, I'm Chris, and I have a future and a life, and people love me, and gosh darn it.
People like me. Yeah, Stuart Smalley, that. Talk about it. Do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
What you, Ryan? Did you write a little letter to all kinds of every single drug?
Yes. Yeah, I pretty much had to say to all of them.
Super Bowl.
But I gave them. But I did like a spin-off too, where I gave them all like girls' names and said goodbye to all of them. And,
Tina, the street name.
Yeah. Carolina. And old Allie. Bye-bye, Allie.
Bye, Shaquita.
Didn't we have a Shaquita on the show?
Just little things like that. Made it more personal for me.
I think so.
Well, it helped. Now you don't do drugs, so...
Yeah. I mean, I did do 2 of them letters, but I guess the first one, maybe I didn't break up with all of them, so...
Yeah. Well, whatever works for you. If you're struggling, or if you know somebody who's struggling, man, hey, you know what? If you're at the end of the rope where you're like, I don't know what else to do, write a letter, man. It's not gonna hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Dear heroin,
Yeah.
And it gives you a chance to reflect on all the negative things that it did bring to your life. And, I think that's more of the purpose of the little exercise there is to, realize why you're doing this and that it's best for you and that your life will go on and be better.
Right. I'll move on if you move out. If I move you out, I'll move on. Like, dear Joey.
Dear Joey.
Aww.
She gone.
I was gonna be like, what happened to Joey?
He gone.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Well, when I left my meeting and got into the car for him to take me to my therapist appointment, where I invited him to sit in on the sesh. he was getting the phone call.